Hello, we're going to make a video, and in this video we're going to demonstrate logging into the ECE Teaching Lab platform and running Cadence Virtuoso from the Cadence Integrated Circuit 23.1 suite and accessing the Cadence compatible skywater130 process design kit. As a quick note, running this from home, I'm on a Rocky Linux 9. You can run on whatever operating system you wish. Oftentimes it'll be Microsoft and Apple, I realize, but this will all work pretty much the same. Since I'm running from home, I'm running the Cisco Secure Client VPN, and I'm going to go in using the X2Go client, and so I'm going to go ahead and connect to X2Go and type my password in. Now when you log into the X2Go, you're going to currently use the ID and the password that you used to previously access the old, or actually the current software, I guess you would call it, the Integrated Circuit 6.16 package. This is a newer package. It necessitated going to a newer operating system, and it necessitated using a different authentication system. So for that reason, you're going to use a, I'll call it a new ID and password combination. The ID is going to be the same ID that you had on the old authentication system to access the old software. The new system will have a new ID and new password combination. Previously, the old software was running on the Red Hat 6, or we were using CentOS 6, which is a clone of Red Hat 6. And the newer software will be running on Red Hat 9. We'll be using Rocky Linux 9, which is a clone of Red Hat. Being open source, they're able to make a clone of the official Red Hat systems. Okay, so our screen is now coming up, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make this screen full screen. There you go. And I'm going to do I'm running the XFCE desktop as before, and I'm going to do a right click in the middle of the screen and click the open terminal here. And I'm going to hold down my Control and Shift and get this a little bit bigger. And so what we need to do is we need to go to a machine that we can work on, just like before. So we're going to use SSH and -X to tunnel the X. -L, meaning the next thing that's going to come, is going to be my user ID. You're going to use the user ID that was sent to you, which will be the same as your Lehigh University user ID. I'm using a demo ID. And then I'm going to go into a machine that we can use, and I'll go to server 06. .ece.lehigh.edu. Now the machine names are server 02 through server 14 at the moment. Server 01 will be brought up in the near future. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. And I have to spell server correctly. There we go. My first time going into that machine from this machine, so it wants to give me the public half of an encryption key. It won't ask next time I go in from this machine. So I'll type yes. And it's asking for my password. Okay, so I'm using the password that was initially set. And so what this new authentication system does is whenever you have a password that either has been initially set or reset, it forces you to change your password. So you need to type in the password again that you were initially sent. And now it's asking for a new password. Okay, so I've logged in. That cds.log just means I've run Cadence before here on my ID. You're going to see there's two directories, one called scripts and one called sky130. And similar to what we did previously, we'll do a change directory into scripts. You're going to see there's two files in here. Both of these files, if you source them, they're going to set up the environment for running Cadence Virtuoso. One of the files has the word run in it, and not surprisingly, if you source that file, it will automatically put you in the skywater130 directory and run Cadence. We're actually going to use the other one that doesn't automatically do things, and we're going to type source IC skywater 0.0.4a-env.sh. That's the one we're going to run. And then what we'll do is we'll type cd, enter. That will put you back in your, if I type pwd for present working directory, you can see I'm in my root directory of my user ID. If I type ls, you see the directories again. I'm going to change directory to sky130 and then hit enter. And here I will type virtuoso. And I'll put an ampersand in the back so I get my command prompt back. And we'll give it a second while it runs. And it can take a second or two to come up. Here it's running. Okay, so in order to get to the Sky130 library, what we'll do is we'll click on the Tools menu option, and we'll go up here to Library Manager. And it pops up the Library Manager. And so one of the things I like to do is I always like to have the category column here, and it doesn't automatically pop up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on View and come down here and click Show Categories, and it will give you that category column. Now if I click on Sky130 here, it's going to bring up the Sky130 options, and like over here there's components, and not unsimilar to the North Carolina State University process design kit that we were using previously. You can come in and see the various components here in the Library Manager. Okay, so that shows you how to get started and bring up the Skywater130 process design kit. Now when you're done, what you want to do is you want to exit out when you're done working, and you want to close out your stuff properly. And the one of the things to be aware of is you don't want to if you're working on a laptop, you want to exit out of your X2Go session and not just close your laptop, because if you do, it can hang your process on the X2Go server. Also, if you're working on your laptop, you don't want to carry your laptop from one location or one wireless access point and cross over to another wireless access point, because that can drop your connection, similar to just closing your laptop or shutting things down without gracefully exiting the X2Go session. And when you do that, that can also hang your X2Go session on the X2Go server. So we'll continue logging out here. And there we go. We're all logged out. Okay, thanks a lot. I hope this was helpful. Thanks.